Could this aircraft part, washed ashore on the island of Réunion, provide an answer to one of aviation's greatest mysteries? It was found by beach cleaners early yesterday morning, covered in marine life.
Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 has become one of the greatest aviation mysteries of our time, a modern-day enigma that has gripped the world since it vanished without a trace on March 8, 2014, carrying 239 people. Over the years, fragments of the missing Boeing 777 have washed up on remote islands and coastlines scattered across the Indian Ocean, offering tantalizing clues but no full resolution to the tragedy. These discoveries, some confirmed to belong to MH370, others deemed highly likely, paint a haunting picture of a plane lost at sea, with its final moments still shrouded in uncertainty. The latest reports of new debris found floating in the Indian Ocean once again reignite the global search for answers, giving fresh hope to those seeking closure while deepening the mystery of what happened on that ill-fated flight. The vanishing of MH370.
This is Piers Morgan Live. Breaking news tonight. A Malaysia Airlines plane carrying 239 people bound for Beijing is missing. According to a statement from the airline, air traffic control lost contact with flight MH370 from Kuala Lumpur at 2:40 a.m., about 2 hours after takeoff.
When Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 disappeared from radar on March 8, 2014, the world was stunned. Departing from Kuala Lumpur en route to Beijing, the Boeing 777 carried 239 passengers and crew representing 14 nations. Just 38 minutes into its journey, communication with the plane was lost. What followed was a series of bizarre turns and altitude changes detected by military radar before the aircraft vanished entirely, seemingly plunging into the southern Indian Ocean. Despite one of the largest and most expensive search operations in aviation history, coordinated by Malaysia, Australia, and China, no wreckage was found in the initial months. The lack of debris fueled rampant speculation. Was it a catastrophic mechanical failure, a hijacking, a fire, or something even more sinister? Families of the victims demanded answers as investigators pored over radar data, satellite handshakes, and fuel calculations, narrowing the likely crash site to a remote stretch of ocean known as the Seventh Arc. But the sheer vastness of the search area, more than 46,000 square miles of deep, treacherous waters, made recovery nearly impossible. By January 2017, after nearly 3 years and $150 million spent, the official search was suspended without locating the fuselage, cockpit, or flight recorders. Yet even as the deep-sea hunt ended, fragments of MH370 began turning up thousands of miles away from the suspected crash site, carried by powerful ocean currents across the Indian Ocean. These pieces, found largely by chance on beaches and islands, became the only physical evidence of the missing jet. Confirmed pieces of the aircraft.
I think we can say that as of today, there is a very strong supposition that the flaperon found on the beach of the island of Réunion on the 29th of July actually does belong to the Boeing 777 of flight MH370, which disappeared on the 8th of March 2014.
Among the dozens of items recovered since the disappearance, only a handful have been conclusively linked to MH370. The first and most significant find was the right-wing flaperon, discovered on July 29, 2015, on Réunion Island, east of Madagascar. French officials confirmed its authenticity using serial numbers tied directly to the missing Boeing 777, making it the first physical proof that the plane had indeed gone down in the Indian Ocean. Following this breakthrough, more debris surfaced. In May 2016, a fragment of the left outboard wing flap was discovered on Île Barache in Mauritius. Investigators confirmed it was uniquely manufactured for Malaysia Airlines and matched MH370's records. Just a month later, another large section of the right outboard flap washed up on Pemba Island in Tanzania, also verified through identification numbers and manufacturing details. These confirmed pieces were significant not only for proving the plane's fate, but also for what they revealed about the crash. The condition of the flaps suggested they were not fully deployed, hinting that MH370 did not attempt a controlled ditching, but likely crashed at high speed or broke apart upon impact. This finding supported the theory of an uncontrolled descent, aligning with satellite and drift modeling data. For families of the victims, these confirmed parts were bittersweet. They provided tangible proof that their loved one's plane had ended up in the Indian Ocean, but offered no answers as to why or how it happened. The almost certain debris.
The Boeing design experts confirmed that this flaperon was, for technical reasons, quite obviously a Boeing 777 flaperon, and secondly, the representatives of the company, of the Malaysian Airlines company, informed us of elements with regard to the specifications, the technical specifications of the MH370 flight, and we were able, as a result of this, to compare this information with the flaperon of MH370.
In addition to the confirmed fragments, at least 5 other pieces have been deemed almost certainly from MH370. While lacking unique serial numbers, these items are consistent with Malaysia Airlines Boeing 777 specification in material, design, even stenciling. In December 2015, a flap track fairing labeled 676EB was found on a beach in Mozambique. Its font and paint matched those used by Malaysia Airlines, and maintenance records suggest it had been repainted before the flight, strengthening the link. Just months later, in February 2016, a horizontal stabilizer panel washed ashore in Mozambique, bearing the words "No Step," stenciled in Malaysia Airlines' distinctive style. Perhaps the most visually striking discovery was an engine cowling fragment bearing the Rolls-Royce logo, found in March 2016 at Mossel Bay, South Africa. The piece came from one of the aircraft's engines, a chilling reminder of the immense forces involved in the crash. 2 interior cabin panels also surfaced, one on Rodriguez Island in Mauritius and another on Madagascar's Antisaraka Beach, both consistent with the design and decorative patterns unique to Malaysia Airlines 777 fleet. These interior parts painted a haunting picture of the aircraft's breakup, suggesting that sections of the cabin were torn apart during or after impact. Though these pieces could not be conclusively identified as MH370, investigators and the Australian Transport Safety Bureau maintain that no other Boeing 777 is unaccounted for in the Indian Ocean, making the connection almost certain. A patchwork of clues across the ocean.
He thinks it's at the bottom and it's not too deep. It would be relatively cheap to send a little sonar out there and scan the seafloor. And a wing, if it was in one piece and lying on the bottom of the seafloor, it would stick out. You'd be able to pick it up very quickly.
We know what the answers would mean to the families of the victims, but what would they mean to you?
For me, it would feel like finally we finished something that we started so long ago. It's always felt like this open book.
The geographical spread of the debris is as fascinating as it is tragic. Found on beaches in Madagascar, Mozambique, Tanzania, Mauritius, South Africa, and Réunion Island, these fragments illustrate how far parts of MH370 traveled after the crash. Ocean drift modeling conducted by independent experts and the ATSB suggests that currents carried the wreckage westward from the suspected impact zone along the 7th arc. The varying states of these pieces tell their own stories. Some fragments, like the flaperon, appeared remarkably intact, while others, such as the interior panels, were heavily worn or broken, likely from prolonged exposure to water and scraping against rocks and reefs. The variability has fueled debates over how MH370 hit the water, whether it disintegrated upon impact, remained largely whole, or sank relatively intact before breaking apart. Many of the significant finds came not from official search teams, but from ordinary citizens and independent adventurers like Blaine Gibson, an American lawyer who launched his own self-funded expeditions to track down debris. Gibson's discoveries in Madagascar, including a seatback panel and other cabin pieces, kept the search for MH370 in the public eye long after official reports had ended. Independent searches.
The heaviest heart and deepest sorrow that, on behalf of the government of Malaysia, we officially declare Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 an accident, and that all 239 of the passengers and crew on board MH370 are presumed to have lost their lives.
While official investigations by Malaysia, Australia, and China concluded in 2017 the search hasn't ended. In the years since, private individuals and independent organizations have stepped in. Beyond searchers like Blaine Gibson, companies like Ocean Infinity have proposed renewed deep-sea search missions using advanced autonomous underwater vehicles. In 2018, Ocean Infinity conducted a privately funded search covering an additional 43,000 square miles, but it ultimately ended without new wreckage being located. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think the discovery of new debris could spark another official search for MH370, or has the mystery reached a permanent dead end? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.